Hey guys, so you might find this one hard to believe, but the pieces of the puzzle have come together for me. So I'm an American. I was born in America in 1977 to an English mother and a New Zealand father. My dad was working for Boeing, or NAC, National Air Corporation in New Zealand, and he's now really high up in the airline industry. He works for Pratt & Whitney in New Zealand in Christchurch base here. He's one of the only 3 people that's allowed to sign aircraft parts off before they go back on US Air Force machines. And but I digress. So my dad, as part of his apprenticeship back in 77 or 75, went to America to have a look around the engine shops. And I got born in Connecticut in 77. And when Trump got in, for some reason I knew he was going to get in, and I knew he was going to change the world. And I've been fooled before by politicians, but I did say to a friend of mine, Nyron, I said, bro, you know what, Trump's going to get in and he's going to change the world. I said it quietly because A, I'd been fooled before and I didn't want to look like a fool again, but B, everybody hates Trump, especially in New Zealand. Everyone's so liberal. Not everyone, but a lot of people are brainwashed with the liberal, communist, socialist agenda that they don't realise is covertly taking over. And Trump is the wrench in the works of that one, isn't he? So, Bush mentioned 1,000 points of light, and it had something to do with CIA. And I was born in 77, alright? So, I know what's going on. The business plan for the world, because forget countries, there's some evil stuff been going on for generations, and so stop thinking in a 5 or 10 or even 50-year time frame. This plan to conquer the planet has been going on for quite some time. And the 1,000 points of light, I strongly... Okay, let me put it like this. The shooter in Christchurch here, he was an Australian, apparently. Nationality is a big deal right now, even though to the evil family that's trying to take over the world it's not. Legally, it is. So, America first, and American US foreign nationals. Now, the technology being used here is something out of this world. You guys can't comprehend it yet. I know some of you can, but not many. But you better all start studying technology, algorithms, and resonance frequencies, and mind manipulation. You all better get onto that research ASAP. Symbolism, triggers, keywords, not just from an IT perspective, but from a real-time perspective. Manipulating people's behaviours, nurturing them, categorizing them. Everyone's been put into groups, and we all have certain triggers, and these triggers will either make someone go crazy and kill someone, or they'll just put someone to sleep, or they'll make someone go, oh, you're nuts, whatever, bro. Okay? This is in all sectors internationally. So, 1,000 points of light. Everyone, well, I certainly have been wondering what the 1,000 points of light are, and well, I'm one of them. Okay, let me explain how that works. So it's got something to do with the end game for the New World Order agenda. They had anticipated that through the $28 trillion that's been spent and lost and unaccounted for from the US taxpayer to the Pentagon to the CIA, they have developed some amazing technology, and it's been going on for a long time. And they have trained up and nurtured 1,000 people, 1,000 points of light. Okay? And they were going to execute an amazing world event, stage a world event that would show the return, first of all, destruction on the planet, and then they would show the return of Christ, which would have been fake, and that would have been the Antichrist, and everyone would have gone, yes, save me, and all you got to do is put a chip in your hand, something along those lines. and then that would have been it. They would have controlled us all and killed off anyone who didn't agree with the New World Order or who knew the truth. All right, if you don't believe it, you better go do a bit of research, mate. So 1,000 points of light. So I'm one of them. Now the problem that the deep state are facing right now is that Trump got in, and his administration, before they even got in, they knew who the bad guys were. There's been a plan getting developed for quite some time now, to covertly watch these MFers and plot out their plan, figure out who is where in their plan, who's a puppet, who's an evil person, and who's a sheep, and targeted individuals out there like me. You were a threat to their plan, and that's why you've become a targeted individual and you're a bit confused. So if you got big on the internet, if you got big in politics, if you got too big in media, you got shot down, didn't you? And your life got ruined and everyone thinks you're nuts, eh? Yeah. Well, 1,000 points of light. So I was put in numerous boys' homes growing up. I was given vaccines. When you were born in the States in 77, you got circumcised, which is a traumatic event, isn't it, for a baby? And then you got given shots to cover, I don't even know, mumps, rubella, something like that. Anyway, I've got a really strong feeling that is a concoction. It's a traumatic event, being circumcised as a baby, and then to be given the shots prepares you for a lifetime of seeding and nurturing as an MK Ultra victim. I mean, MK Ultra is the old school way of doing it, but since the technology has been getting developed, I have been like a little frickin' sheep or something to these evil bastards, and they were planning to activate me. And then Trump got in, and you can't activate me now, can you? Because Trump's got the keystone. He's got the keys literally to all this technology. His Delta Force is a big part of this. Right, so let me explain that a little bit deeper even. So when Podesta the molester couldn't activate me, and they can't activate anyone in Iran or Vietnam or Russia, because Russia, China, Vietnam, Iran, Syria, Israel, all the good guys in those places, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of bad guys in power, but the bad guys have had their communications cut off, they've had their weapons cut off from them, and they've been taken over by the good guys. There's like a worldwide hijacking, like Hunt for Red October, on a bigger scale. And so the puppets who are in power and being told what to do don't even realise that, well, they are now, they know now that they haven't got access to these weapons, they haven't got access to the 1,000 points of light, they don't have access to most of their weapons. But the countries who aren't on board yet with the plan, like New Zealand and Australia, unfortunately, anyone who's a targeted individual in Australia or New Zealand, and don't forget I'm a US citizen in New Zealand, you're still susceptible to being weaponised by these mother effers, alright? So everyone must be starting to realise now there's something big going on, and you're right. You're not nuts. There is something big going on, and everyone better start asking their governments some serious questions. Their councils, everything is infiltrated by evil scumbags or puppets, and media people. You know, you're just a puppet. You know, on a nice salary with a nice house, but you're a puppet, and you are helping to brainwash the public. And it's all coming to an end, obviously, with QAnon asking all the right questions. And here's the evidence, indisputable. When Trump says America first, that means that because he's got control over the CIA, the FBI, the DOJ, the Pentagon, even though there's still some high-powered evil people in those agencies, Trump, as Commander-in-Chief of the US military, overrides all of it. So they're working very hard to take him out, but it's not going to happen because the patriots within the US military absolutely will not let it happen. And the guys at top level have lost access to their communications. They're finding it difficult to talk to each other now worldwide. And even bigger is that the 1,000 points of light that Bush Senior was talking about, me being one of them, have been taken over by the good guys. And I'm waking up to this horrendous realisation that, yeah, they destroyed my family, they divided me and my family, made me look like a lunatic, but the good guys all along also did work with me, hijacked me occasionally and planted little seeds. And now my life is making a ton of sense, absolute sense, that, I did all these major things on the internet, in politics. I had a stab at them with the Pakeha Party, 0199.co.nz, which got ruined by Freemasons. I mean, the story goes on and on and on. I did radio and TV, but I kept getting shut down, and my life would get ruined, and I'd get made to look like an idiot. And I used to be a big rave DJ and throw big raves. Got kicked out of that scene as well. So there has been a big battle going on for quite a long time. And Deep State, New World Order, globalists, you lost, didn't you? It's over. Podesta the molester, Hillary Clinton, scumbags, Obama, all put into government, all given those positions of power because they sold out. They sold their souls to the frickin' devil for money, for fame, for power, and they lost. And just as a side note, this goes back before Christ even. Amen. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Anonymous, WikiLeaks, President Trump, my president. Love you, bro. And your family. Just love everyone. It's all about love. And the only thing you can do about this is research it, educate yourself, wake up. And it's a horrendous thing waking up. We're all brainwashed in some way. Some of us more than others. Some of us had, there was an agenda. And they have used nefarious technology like you wouldn't even believe. So figure out who you are, get back with your family because they divided families, and get your families back together ASAP. And there's going to be a lot of frustration, a lot of anger and a lot of hurt, and you're just going to have to, as a family, realise that the people on the other side of the planet don't matter. Okay? Your kids matter, your mum and dad matter. They're the only ones that care about you. Your cousins, your uncles and aunties. It's all about bringing it back into yourself and your family first, and then your neighbours. We are so scattered around the world on this internet. Internet was developed by evil people. Yo, what's up now, Deep State?